Let's talk about Cam Skattebo. So, Cam Skattebo made headlines this week when just a few days after being helped off the field for the Giants, after his feet were facing the wrong way, he's spotted getting into a brawl at a WWE event. There's a lot of people that have a problem with the fact that he was at this event, with the fact that he was in the crowd at this event. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with him not wanting to sit at home and stew about his injury. He was having a great rookie season before the injury, and now Jackson Dart is injured to combine with Malik Neighbors. I think, depending on who they hire as coach, the Giants could be a very interesting team for the next couple of years. And so I don't blame Skattebo for I don't think he was going to sit at home. It's not his personality. I get that. What I have a problem with, however, is the fact that it is on tape that a man that just suffered a gruesome injury is being shoved pretty hard in the first row of the event and seemingly reacts and does all this stuff, and he's got guys next to him, they don't do a thing. And I know that WWE is all performative. What I'm saying is, why aren't Cam Skattebo's people saying, yeah, he'd love to be a part of it, but let's watch the legs. Let's not hurt the merchandise. So, this stunt seemingly was agreed upon ahead of time. Why would it involve a physical altercation? Why put yourself in a situation where you, just off a huge injury and surgery and you're on the road to recovery, you want to be ready for next season, why is there a physical altercation? Why are you being pushed? Why are you pushing back? Why are you bowing up? Why? Go to the event. Go to restaurants. Go do whatever you want to do. You're a young guy in the biggest city in the world. Plenty of stuff to do. I don't know if this match was in New York or where it was at. But it's on camera, you getting pushed. And it wasn't a light jostling or, shoulder punch. He was shoved by the wrestlers. And then there was a whole thing. Yes, it's all performative. But why? I understand if Skattebo wanted to do this. Judging by what we've seen on the field and heard in interviews, this is who Skattebo is. But why are there not team doctors, agents, managers, coaches saying, so we heard you were going to be at WWE. What are you planning on doing? That stunt had to be okayed with somebody in Cam Skattebo's circle, other than Skattebo. He's paying people. As I said, agents, managers, doctors, whatever. He's paying people. Why aren't one of the people he's paying saying, hey, not a good idea, fake or not? That shove was real. And again, this was not a sprained ankle or the sniffles. His lower half pointed the wrong way. His legs, the wrong way. So, I don't have a problem with him being at the event or even being on camera. You can get into a fake argument, do the whole thing, do the performance, but do it untouched. Now, if you're the Giants, you know that Skattebo is not the sit-at-home type. You know he's going to do some stuff that you're like, oh, you. But if he had gotten injured, if he hadn't been hurt on the field, if he had gotten injured doing something like that, you know what the headlines would be? Do you know how that would go over? And so why would you do something like that when you're already injured? Because yes, you might already be injured, but it could always be worse. You could re-tear your surgically repaired leg because you got shoved. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. the optics of it aren't great, whether you care about it or not. Like, if you think it's okay, if you don't, you got to agree that it doesn't look great. That's why, again, if you want to go and work something out with them where they come over and y'all pretend to have an argument and Skattebo shoves you and his boys, holds you back from retaliating, you being the wrestler, holds you back from retaliating, that's fine because Skattebo's unscathed. But why was there an agreement between someone that had the power to veto it that Skattebo would be shoved like that? It doesn't make logical sense to me. Luckily, he's okay, but it could have been so much worse, and I think that's why the optics look so bad to so many people, because we've already seen him horribly injured, and then he goes and does something pretty reckless on national television. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about the whole Skattebo WWE thing? Do you think it's harmless and, no harm, no foul? Or do you think it was pretty irresponsible of him to agree to a stunt that involved him being shoved so soon after a pretty serious injury? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, this is Empire Sports Talk. I am your host, Roman Gennaro. I'll see you on the next one.